Salutations. This is Silas from Bruhakara. I would first like to plug in where you can find me so that later, after you've received this information, we can become a community. This is Silas of @Bruhakara on Instagram. That is BRUJACARA _ on Instagram. @Zodis000 on TikTok and on YouTube. And Vimeo. You can also find me on Twitter as WYTCHFACE, WYTCHFACE, WYTCHFACE. And WYTCHFACE is also the title for my phenomenal, marvelous, holistic healing business that has recently been opened up to the world. WYTCHFACE, WYTCHFACE. You can find it on Etsy. Hi, my name is Silas. It's nice to have you here. The music you are listening to is original and from me. You can find it on SoundCloud under Zodis, ZOTIS. This is the album Fire from Heaven. I am here to educate the masses on topics that you do not find in your education books in school, and you may not be hearing from other spiritual leaders on the internet. I myself am a mystic, and I am honored to be here by the grace of Goddess and the universe to share awesome intellect with you all. So hello. Let's get started with this awesome chit chat. We will be talking about the importance of nomenclature in the spiritual realm, why the misdirection and misguidance of spiritual nomenclature as far as demon and angelic fetishism and misguidance goes, and the solutions to how we can educate each other on knowing each other by our names, physically, mentally, metaphysically, and by all other means, and a few other things. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this. Inoki and Ki Bazo de Melo I Ta Pai Repesonu Olanu Na Zoda Va Bebe Ox Kasada Meji Baranu Kahisa Vageji Asa Barameji Balatoha Goho Yad Saba Miami Tarianu Talolachis Abavoninu Od Azodia Jiri Riori Iragila Kahisa Dadas Paolax Busada Kausago das Kahisa or Ipurando Tolokahi Kakureji Oesolamahi Lulukahao or Vomina Karabafe Niso Bagalai Abavago Gohon Niso Bagele Mamayo Xiao Yunu Or Mabezora Ial Oyasa Mamare Polapi Ni Asa Zode Merano Kiaosi Keosago Or Beliresa Or Kuresi Ta Beramiji Shemham Parosh. Blessings be to the spirits of the earth who are here with us now, always, and always have been, and always will be. Let's get started talking about demons. I want to actually read a poem first, and before I do that, I'm going to get into exactly what brought this about. And so, I live in America, so here we go. Culture here, and actually everywhere you go, it just depends on the language. We're going to talk about where I am, so it can stay personal. So no offense. And I actually, please, listen up. So everyone's always like, not today, Satan. For instance, you know, you're at a party and you're like, oh yeah, and you go, I spilled my drink. Not today, Satan. Okay? People do that, and it's very derogatory without people even realizing how derogatory they are being. Blaming Satan and the devil for everything is actually just not taking responsibility for your own karma, for one's own karma. When we blame other entities, energies, spiritual things on our shortcomings or misfortunes, we're actually just telling ourselves, hey, I'm not ready to accept whatever it is that's causing this repetitive cycle. So, in religious zealot lore, it is okay and acceptable to just go, not today, Satan, because the devil is the big bad guy. But in reality and actuality, let's talk more about these things. Satan is not evil. Satan is not an oppressor. Satan stands for justice. Satan stands for accusing those who do wrong. Satan stands for knowing oneself and finding worth in what it is to be a beautiful, conscious being here on this earth. So that is what Satan is for, and we're going to get into education about that after this poem. Don't pray for me. Prayer is not progressive. Prayer is a petition to an intermediary who may even despise my creation. So don't pray to your gods for me. Take action. Support me here. Love me now. In every moment, uplift us today. We are divine and deserve delights of grandeur. We are deluxe and are granted gifts of the lore. We are love, success in all things. I say, freety, shimham farosh. Jai. J-A-I, that means victory. I wrote that poem. I really was receiving a lot of prayers, I feel, from people who pray to gods who do not agree with my lifestyle. And I want to explain to my mystics and to my other spiritual people and to people who have inquiry about how these energies exchange, that if you're doing that and not taking into account that maybe this person you're praying for could use a general prayer from unconditional love. Sometimes we don't have to include our deities in our prayers. This is a little sidetrack from what we're going to continue talking about in a moment. But that poem was inspired because I feel that a lot of Christian people who pray for me are actually blocking my potential because of the regulations that are put under their crown by their religion. So when you pray for me, you can only give me things that your God allows. So if your God doesn't like how I live, or there's things in your religion that I understand this is touchy, but they may not accept or may not have intended for this earth, then I'm not getting the full blessing. It's better to just pray for your friends. Generally, unconditional love. You can say, oh, thank you, love of the universe. Oh, thank you, world. Oh, thank you, spirit. So those are better ways to pray for your friends. Because don't pray for me from those other people. Because yes, I talk to Satan, and no, I am not at war with the spirits of this earth who have been deemed as demons, which is what we are going to talk about now, after this deep breath. Okay, so to segue into this, and it makes sense, I'm going to refer to the Book of Satan, where that prayer came from. It was the 8th Enochian key. I'll let y'all know that this is from the Book of Satan, and that's what y'all heard. That's what I used to open up the conversation. Yes, it was in a foreign language. Go check it out. It's actually a really awesome book here, and I'm on page 57. We're going to talk about the 4 crown princes of hell, because Satan is actually he's not the big king of hell like Christian lore has made him out to be. Not to downsize him, because again, we're talking great things about Satan, but this is just to prove more of the misinformation of why you shouldn't be afraid of that name. Satan, Hebrew, adversary, opposite, accuser, lord of fire, the inferno, the south. This is Satan. Satan is the adversary of evil, the adversary of things that are not in alignment. Okay, Satan is the Lord of fire, and fire is the element of transmutation. That's a change. So when things are changing, Satan is the spirit that goes, here is what needs to change, here is what is causing conflict and disharmony, and here's how you can fix it. That's what Satan's message is to the universe. Satan is not hovering over you, bringing misfortune. Satan is actually inside of you. Satan is every single part of you that is screaming for you to liberate yourself and free yourself from your abuser. Let's continue, because there's 3 more awesome princes of hell that are also Satan related, and this is education. Lucifer. If you watch Lucifer on Netflix, hey, here you go. Here's Lucifer is Roman. Lucifer means the bringer of light, enlightenment, the air, the morning star, the east. Lucifer. In nomine Dei Luciferius excelsi. So Lucifer, who is a counterpart of Satan, not a counterpart, a sub. Okay, so actually let me start that over, because not counterpart and not a sub. Satan, Lucifer, and the other 2 princes I am talking about here are all different spirits. Yes, they encompass similar qualities, but they are separate and individuals, just like all of us are individuals. Let me continue. Lucifer is the bringer of light. Lucifer, who people have shamed as the devil, is actually someone who wants you to see your innermost light. Lucifer wants you to be enlightened. Lucifer is the air, which is communication. That's how we communicate, through the air, through our breath. Lucifer is that energy that lets us know through communication how we can enlighten ourselves and enlighten one another. Fun fact, Lucifer is the morning star. And in Christian lore, because Lucifer was before Yeshua and Jesus, and I like to call him Josh, because that's just, it's a Christian joke. Josh is also synonymous with Jesus and Yeshua. Anyway, Yeshua, Josh, and Jesus are also twin brother to Lucifer as the morning star, as entities of enlightenment. That is why I want to educate you all on how your religions are misdirecting you into disliking energies who are actually more similar to you than you maybe have allowed because of propaganda. Lucifer, intellect, communications. Shemhamphorash. The next prince of hell, Belial, Hebrew, meaning without a master. Baseness of the earth, independence, the north, Belial. Belial, strong, fights for justice, and by that I mean cannot stomach or bear the thoughts or actions of mischievous or evildoers. Belial is a spirit of the earth who has been here for a very long time, since the beginning, and fights for the restoration of the earth's natural properties. So if you feel like you are struggling with injustices, if you feel like you're being oppressed by systems, any systematic oppression that you may be feeling, Belial is a spirit who will communicate with you on how you can take steps in your life to free yourself. Because he is without a master, and he is a reflection of your inner shadow. These are what people also consider shadow spirits. And so your inner shadow, Belial, is your liberator, your earth liberator, letting you be secure in your freedom. Shemhamphorash. We have one more prince of hell that I'm going to talk about. And then we're going to get into some more juicy stuff. Leviathan. Hebrew, the serpents out of the deep, the sea, the west. Leviathan can help a lot of people with their emotions. Leviathan is the serpent dragon energy that is in the water, flowing consciousness. Leviathan, who actually, as to my reading, is not demonized as much as the other 3, is just made to seem like he doesn't exist, but Leviathan exists, and Leviathan is a very powerful spirit of the earth that is also waiting for you and people like you and everyone out here who is trying to work through their emotions so that they can better this universe, to come to him so that he can assist you in ancient secrets on how to regulate the human body and its emotions and how to react more positively to the way our sacral chakra moves, Leviathan of the West. So those are the 4 crowned princes of hell. That is from the Book of Satan by Anton Xander LaVey. I always gotta make sure I say that name right for my respects. Mwah. Love it. I was going to get into more things, but I'm gonna say that for another video. This is Silas from Ruhakara, and I hope you had some fun getting educated and learning these things that bring joy to my heart and joy to the earth and joy to the universe around you. The next video I will post will be about how this misinformation of demons, who are actually spirits with names and their own respectful properties, has led to the shaming of women and feminine energy. Why you not knowing these spirits' names and why you assuming every demon is bad is actually attacking your inner feminine. It has actually been a set up systematic attack on your feminine since way before any of us were put here. We're gonna talk about it. This is Silas. Thank you for being here.